Hello, beautiful Pisces people. Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. So happy to have you all here with me today. We are here to do your end of January into end of February career and finances and money tarot. Yay! I hope this video finds you guys well. I was just with my best friend getting brunch, and he's a Pisces, so I felt like it was very appropriate to do your reading next because I've been in that nice watery energy with my Pisces friends. So we'll see what comes up for this general reading on YouTube, _general. Not everything will be your message. It's up to you guys to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind, and ultimately to only take away those messages that strike a chord with you, that resonate with you, that motivate you, empower you, inspire you. That is my goal here. If something feels foreign or strange, if it doesn't fit your circumstance or scenario, drop it like it's hot, right? You don't need to take on those messages that are not for you. It's probably someone else's energy that I'm picking up on. That being said, give these messages time to resonate, time to marinate in your head, swim around, Pisces. You get it. We love the puns. Because in a few hours, in a few days, in a few weeks, something in this reading might click for you. And if that's the case, congratulations. It was your message. Take it and run with it. All my rules, etc., everything you're seeing here today, the decks I'm using, my social media, in the comments below. Give that box a read if you're interested. Check me out on The Intuitive Teacup on Facebook, Instagram, and .com. I'm theintuitiveteacup.com now. I just launched my website. I'm very proud of it, so check that out if you're interested. Let's hop into your reading. So your energy is presenting as King of Cups, Pisces, hell yeah. So whether you're male or female, everybody has masculine and feminine energy, but in this nice water suit, that water energy, the King of Love, the King of Spirituality, the King of, I'm sort of getting relationships, especially because we are in Aquarius season. So some of you may be working in some sort of collaboration with someone very close to you. It would be someone you love. That doesn't have to be romantic love, but someone, yeah, something about a very long-standing friendship, someone you hold very dear to your heart. If they're not your business collaborator or business partner, they're sort of lifting you up in ways that I think you need. Someone's cheering you on. This could also be representative of a water sign in your life. That, yeah, they're lifting you up. Yeah, especially if you are going through some sort of difficult time. Yeah, something about with Three of Swords, I mean, it can be a tricky card, I'll be honest with you. It's Libra energy, so we think of the scales being balanced, being inequality. Here there's 3, it's an awkward number. And because with the swords, it is air energy, something in your mind, it's more indecisive. Sometimes this card can be pain and heartbreak and sorrow. I don't know if it's so much that. To me, this is speaking about making some sort of wrong move. And regretting it later. I think a lot of you are contemplating. That's sort of the word that's coming up for me here. So rather than making a move forward, it's almost like you're stuck, you're frozen, you're isolated. I just got the metaphor of trying to cut like an ice cream cake that is frozen solid, like you can't cut through it. So progress isn't being made on something. You're refraining, you're holding back because you're fearful about something. That's sort of what your energy is presenting as. And that actually makes sense. With the bottom of your deck, you have 2 sevens. Any 7 in tarot does talk about indecision of how to progress. Or not, I'm sorry, I take that back entirely. 7s more have to do with, all I can say is indecision. That's not the word I'm looking for. Assessment. Thank you, Spirit. Assessment of what's going on around you and then wondering, is it worth it? Shall I proceed forward? What is the risk? So here it's some sort of emotional risk. It could be a spiritual risk, but I do say specifically in career and finance spreads, cups can represent our money flow. Money is a currency, and for better or worse, when currency is good and flowing and coming in, that does make us happy. So those two are linked, right? And then with this 7, this is like a funny deck. It's Housewife Tarot. It's supposed to depict the 7 of Wands, which is a card of endurance. Sometimes it can be physical endurance if something is really requiring you to really like muscle up to the table and put in a lot of time, effort, energy, hours. It can also be spiritual endurance though with Wands. How much more can I take of this? Is it worth it? Am I ever going to get that promotion? Am I ever going to get like this job title? Because I'm showing up, I'm doing the work, but like I'm cleaning toilets. Like how much longer am I gonna have to put up with this BS? So some of you may actually work in some sort of scenario that involves, I'm gonna say it like this, cleaning up other people's messes. That doesn't have to be literal, But for some of you, it is. The movie Sunshine Cleaning is coming to mind, where this like dynamic duo sister team goes in and they clean up after really like gruesome like suicides and murders. It's a comedy, by the way, but they go in and get their hands dirty. You have to clean up like blood and get mops and this and that. And so for some of you, that's literal, like a janitorial service. If it's not that, and it isn't for all of you, it's the idea of having to clean up other people's mess or feeling like you are catering to like someone who's up on the high horse. Someone who's like they're kind of the fat cow or the fat hog, whatever the expression is, like your time and energy is going to make them rich. And you're kind of like, but what about me? Particularly those who work with like big business or big corporation. Yeah, it feels like your energy is serving it's not a higher purpose. It's a higher person. And I don't think you like this person, particularly if they are an earth sign, Pisces, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So you're actually having fun with it because not no shade. I don't know how to say it in a nice way, but like you've ran out of you-know-whats to give. A lot of you are becoming complacent or lazy or bored because you're not being given the recognition that you feel you deserve, particularly when it does come to money. You're kind of like, okay, so where are we at? Some of you, you're isolating yourself. But the thing is, you dream of a better life. Again, it's actually very indecisive. That's sort of what keeps coming up here. I don't know if some of you had already had a conversation about a pay raise and you were denied or declined. I'm so sorry, Pisces, my camera froze there. So yeah, there's this great contradiction of dreaming of what it could be like if you were actually valued, or if you were actually earning the amount of money that you deserve, like meeting like your standard of pay, your pay grade, something like that. You feel like you're something about, I heard flying under the radar, but I think you want the recognition. You want someone to recognize your accomplishments. Yeah, you're trying to increase your salary. Knight of Pentacles, you want movement regarding money. And I mean, who doesn't? You're watching a financial spread, right? But what you're not understanding is there's actually something you're doing to yourself that is holding you back. This is such a great depiction, the devil's food cake. This is the devil's card. And so double Capricorn energy, I don't know if Capricorn is strong in your chart and maybe you work with a Capricorn, maybe you're surrounded by Capricorns. It's literally a card of vices, the way it's depicted here. Something about if you did have a conversation about trying to increase your pay or get that job or whatever, because you very Piscean maybe took it to heart when they gave you some sort of criticism, it wasn't meant to defeat you, but I think that's the road you took. So rather than using that as empowerment or inspiration of where to implement change in your life, it's almost like there was a desire to rest, or not a desire, but by default, you ended up sort of resting on your laurels because you saw it as a closed option. Something was blocked. It was obstructed, like that. Whatever you were going for, it just feels like someone in a place of power or someone you were trying to impress shut you down. And so it's almost like I almost see this as like playing basketball. If you work in an office, like crumpling up pieces of paper and like shooting it in the trash can, it's this mentality of like, it's like, well, fuck it, right? Like, I'm not going to progress here anyway, so whatever. Like, and so with this too, hermit mode, going solo, rogue, individual, some of you are realizing if no one's going to pay you what you're worth, you're meant to go out on your own, to make money on your own, go into business for yourself, create some sort of project or especially in Aquarian season, an innovative idea that you've been sitting on. It's actually trying to pull it out of you. Almost like, and please don't take this literally, but it's a really beautiful metaphor. The idea of like an exorcism, the demon. There's something inside you, but the way I'm interpreting is that it's cake. It's easy. It's sweet. It exists within you. If you could just like bring it to life, like exorcise the demon out of you. But I want to be clear. Something about this though is good. And because Capricorn is very money savvy, the sign of the devil is a card of Capricorn, especially for those who have Capricorn in their chart. It's taking something that is internal within your heart, within your soul, within your spirit, within your mind, this genius, innovative idea, this product you have an idea for, this creative skill or talent. It's taking it from inside of you and like projecting it out into the world for other people to see. that is actually what's going to advance your career. It's almost like you're waiting for permission for someone to be like, and again, please don't take offense to this, but this idea of patting you on the head like, good job, Pisces, go ahead. Like, here's this, proceed with caution. Like, almost giving you directionals, like signals, like turn left here, now go right. This is almost saying like, you're going to have to figure that out for yourself, because there's a different avenue you could go down or take. With wands, it's action forward. And that's what I mean. There's a temptation to stay where it is safe because it is familiar, right? And that's what 4 is in tarot. 4s are comfort zones. They're safety zones. There's nothing wrong with it, right? But eventually you're going to get bored, especially with the cups, which talks about our heart, our emotions. The 4, it's a comfort zone of emotion, but it eventually turns into emotions that are void. They don't fill our cup anymore. Literally, these cups are empty. And again, something about big boss or big corporation. You might work for the government, or something about a corporation where it's like, the big guys on top are getting their cup filled, but you're not. It's like the little people lower on the totem pole. It's like you're barely getting by. You're barely paying rent. Or emotionally, you're barely, it's almost like you're barely surviving. It's crushing your soul to work here. And you dream of a better life. That's what I keep getting with hermit mode. And again, something about the idea of you going rogue. Rebel, rebel, rebel. The song by David Bowie. Such an Aquarian energy is to be very different, a free spirit, innovative, unique, not serving the tradition, not serving the institution, the government. And I don't want to get in trouble for saying anything here, right? On YouTube, good Lord. But I think you understand what I'm saying. It's like, you can live the life of your dreams, right? This feels very like luxury, rich, leading a very rich life monetarily, but also what you value. Valuing yourself, right? Like, she's a damn princess here and she knows it, right? But what this is saying to me is you have an idea that can be built upon. Yeah, you have multiple pages. So it is in the infancy of like the germination, if it's a seed, or the infancy of filling your cup, but it's full of potential. It's not an ace. It's not brand new. It's indicating this is a skill or talent that you've had for the time, or I'm sorry, for a decent amount of time, but in the 4s that are presenting, multiple 4s, cards of rest, boredom, complacency, gathering your thoughts before you get out on the battlefield to fight another fight. I think you're needing to come to the conclusion, gather the information, analyze what's around you to recognize this story that I've been telling myself, or, in metaphor, this book I've been writing, I don't really like where it's going. It's time to start a new chapter. And that's going to involve forward movement or in a different direction regarding your career. But look, you got the world in your hands, Pisces. I love that. And so, it's almost like this is actually a really beautiful metaphor. If this is representing you, Pisces, it's almost like you have been handing off your world. You have been handing off responsibility to the wrong people. It may actually involve your mother if you're seeking your mother's approval, or even a maternal energy in your life. You may have been catering to them, or it might also be that you're providing for them. If you are like the sole breadwinner, whether it's your wife, this can be a card of your wife, your husband, potato, you can reverse the roles. But if you're the sole breadwinner, you may be devoting your life to a task where, again, your heart just isn't in it, but you see it as either responsible or there's something keeping you stuck there with the devil coming up. But it's almost like you've been passing off the responsibility to someone else to live your own life, or to tell you, again, give you the maps, give you the directions on where to go in your career. And this is very much saying to me, again, no shade, please, there's no judgment here. That is a very childlike mentality to think that you're passing off the outcome of your fate, your destiny. It's like you're offering it to the Queen of Pentacles, like, here it is, what do I do? Like, I don't know where to go from here. And there's nothing wrong with that. Your indecision clearly stems from confusion, right? Or fear, not knowing where to proceed next. But with your energy coming up, the first card we put here was King of Cups. That is coming into your power as a water sign, someone who rules by their heart space, because that is going to be your ultimate navigator, your ultimate, your guiding star, your compass that points due north. It's listening to what your heart tells you. And at times, that might not seem like the safest route, but for you, a rewarding career, which also coincides with a career where there is fantastic money flow, It all starts with making sure that you're investing your time in something that you enjoy doing. Another 7. You have so many 7s. You have 3 of them. So you have Wands, Cups, and Pentacles. I just want to go back to that real quick though. Again, full of potential, but to be very clear, and these are next to each other. You can't make this shit up, right? In a career and finances reading. The wheel will turn in your favor. Whatever you're thinking about doing or thinking about starting, or not even thinking about starting, continue pursuing. Pages, right? Not aces, pages. It's almost like freshmen in college. Like, I know I love math, but I'm gonna, figure out if that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. Pages, freshman in college type energy. You have a lot to learn still, right? So there is a need to be humble about going into this, but this is universe being like, I really like this idea, Pisces. Can we talk more about this idea? The wheel is turning in your favor for legacy, longevity, a career that lasts throughout the years, being surrounded by a group of people who are loyal followers, loyal customers, loyal vendors. You're sitting on something huge, but you need to step into your power to be confident. Again, beautiful, to go out on your own. This is my single ladies card, my single man's card. Stop catering to Big Brother, to the government, to the institution, to the church, to whoever it is that you're trying to serve. And it's almost like you're the submissive. And I think that's almost all you've known most of your life. But yeah, this is asking you to come in and something about the metaphor of birthing your own baby. Again, as we were saying, in a higher vibration, I don't want to freak people out, the exorcism of pulling what is stuck inside of you and getting it out into the open, out into the world. Again, the Empress, right? The Empress in a career spread. You have Empress, Wheel of Fortune, and 10 of Pentacles. But this only comes, and I want to say the Empress builds the empire, longevity throughout the years. Earth energy, Taurus and Libra, so slow moving. It's not gonna be like winning the lottery overnight. But if you were to plant this seed and nurture it and develop it over months, over years, again, it will last you a lifetime, and money will at minimum be solid. It's something about you will be making steady income throughout. And for a lot of you, it's not making it rain. It's not like Cinderella story, overnight success. I got to be honest with you, Pisces, that's not in the cards for you, literally, right? That's saying it's not in the cards for you. This isn't presenting as super fast wand energy. That to me is like lightning speed. This is saying over time, you can't will a baby to come out faster than it is supposed to. Organically, this will develop over time the way it is supposed to. But that doesn't come until we figure out all these 7s, all these assessments, right? With Wands, am I passionate about it? Do I have the endurance to keep doing this? Have you lost passion for it? Is this something you want to commit yourself to the rest of your life? And with these questions I'm asking you, apply that to your dream job, your dream scenario, whatever it is you want to create, right? This vision, this dream you have in your head of being an entrepreneur, a solo this, an independent that, for most of you, right? Apply it to that, but also apply it to all these 4s of where you're at, where you're at a standstill with progressing. It's like your thoughts aren't progressing. You're not gaining any new knowledge from doing this. And that's what it feels like you so badly want. You're trying to navigate your thoughts through this, I just keep wanting to say, through this time of complacency or boredom. You have an idea that excites you the way something excites a child when he gets a new toy. So why aren't you incorporating more of that into your work? So with these 7s, we talked about, do I have the strength? Do I have the spiritual endurance to keep doing this, to pursue it, or to go off on my own and take some sort of risk and start a brand new structure, erect a brand new thing, maybe with the consultation of others, maybe with the occasional helping hand, but generally speaking, it's you. It's individual. You have the Hermit and the 9 of Pentacles, the single ladies card, both Virgo energy. It's Venus and Virgo, but look how abundant and lush her life is that she's living. Some of you may be single parents, and again, you're questioning, you may be a single parent with 2 kids or twins or something like that. This would be indicating that there's a fear of doing it on your own, but it's almost like you're denying yourself destiny. It's almost like written in the stars. It's what was meant to be. So then emotionally, am I ready to take some sort of risk? Will it bring me happiness? What if it doesn't? What if I make a mistake? Well, there are no mistakes. There are lessons. It's almost like no risk, no reward. By investing in one of these cups, by investing in, a new degree, a new certificate, a new education, teaming up with a new job, networking or this or that, putting yourself out there. Emotionally, it might be a risk, but it's like, there might be something even better than what you're envisioning, but this to me is saying you're almost too overwhelmed to even try. You don't know where to start. Because again, in this infancy of the idea, the way a child's mind is a little bit scattered. It's all over the place. You show them this and they're excited, but then you introduce that toy and they're like, oh, this one. This is sort of getting your ducks in a row of what makes your heart, what makes your heart sing the most and also the loudest? Some of you may actually be singers or musicians in some capacity. Yeah, something about, I always get messages for you like this, something about the auditory element of it. Anyway, all these are fantastic, and some of them scare you, right? There's a snake in this one, but there's also like a beautiful, mysterious lady in that one. Like, do you understand? Like, there's riches in that one, but there's success and victory and reward in that one. This is kind of zooming out to recognize realistically, especially if you are still working at like this bullshit job that you don't like. Maybe that's a necessity right now to make income, to pay the bills. While you slowly start to come into your confidence and your power to pursue what it is that you're really dreaming of, tackle one thing at a time, baby steps. Slow progress is still progress. So even though you have 7 ideas and you want to market them all and capitalize on them all, start with one. Start with one that feels the most, I almost do want to say safe. And the reason why is because safety does mean a lot to you. Safety of income, but also taking some sort of emotional risk. For you, Pisces, a water sign, Cancer and Scorpio, that's tricky, right? If your heart isn't feeling it, it's going to be really hard to channel that heavy water energy of, yes, let's do this. But this card is also calling you to have faith that universe is looking out for you, that again, something about the greater picture, the long term, universe is rooting for you. Universe wants you to live your best life. I can't say that and not show you these cards. That is living your best life, right? Whether you're male or female. Universe doesn't want you to exist in the comfort zone for longer than you need to be. These moments in life are important, times of rest, relaxation, recuperation, emotional healing, gathering our thoughts, our beliefs on what it is that we want and desire and deserve in our life. Necessary steps, but I'm just getting the expiration is like it's past due. It's time to move on. And anytime you're in a 4, that's great and it's cushy and it's comfortable, but ultimately you're going into a 5 next. And 5s are agents of change and chaos and anarchy. They're difficult energies, but they're necessary because that is when we walk away with all the lessons. That is when we apply ourselves and learn and have to stomach through the mental chaos and the emotional chaos and the physical chaos. From that, it aligns us in a place where we are able to receive what it is that we really want because we connect with what we really want. You go from 5s, anarchy, chaos, to 6, reciprocity, balance, victory, right? That's what we want. So then with this last one, it's assessing what are you growing? What are you building? Are you invested in it? Do you see potential in it? Seeds are all about potential and money too. So it may have to do with deciding, well, I'm making ends meet, I'm paying bills, I'm getting by, but am I happy? It seems like you could be a lot happier. That's what this card is indicating to me. But it's up to you. It's like you have to show up and muster the strength to decide what it is that you really want. And for a lot of you, that puts you in an uncomfortable position where you have to stand up for yourself. And again, this message is hitting me over the head. Stop passing off ownership to your own life, to your own bank account, and putting it in the hands of someone else. Your wife, your mother, your brother, your sister, your best friend, your boss, your coworker. This person shouldn't be determining your value, your worth, your success, your talent. It's you, Pisces. You are the magician. You have all the tools on your table to manifest and create whatever it is that you want. But do you have faith in yourself? That's important to ask too. There is something to be said for work. What is that expression? And I just said it to Sagittarius too. If you find a job that you love, you never have to work a day in your life. That's more or less what the Eight of Pentacles says. It's the worker's card, but look at her. She's got a big old smile on her face. She's doing something artistic and creative. She's happy, right? Eight of Pentacles is sometimes the internship, the apprentice card. Some of you are definitely going back to work. Where's my... I lost it. The Page of Swords. You actually have 3 pages too. That's important to look at. Crap, where's my Page of Swords? I need my Page of Swords. I lost him. I don't know what I did with it. So anyway, some of you are going back to school. That is important. It's driving me nuts that I can't find it now. You have so many cards, Pisces. Anyway, the apprenticeship, the artisan card, it's mastering your craft. It's perfecting the skill so that you get better and better and better at it. And that is going to build confidence. So when you take the skill out into the real world, you're not just presenting as a page anymore. You've gained all this knowledge and now you're going out as a knight. Now you're going out as a queen. Then you're going out as a king. Do you understand what I mean? There's progress. It's slow progress. For a lot of you, it's presenting as earth energy, but there will be progress there. How did I lose a card? Did it fall off the table? Page of Swords? That's important to look at too, because it's absolutely killing me. Absolutely killing me. Spirit, help me find it. Where's the Page of Swords? I don't know what I did with it. I showed it to you, didn't I? There it is. God bless it. All right. It's important to note when you have 3 of a suit and not the 4th, what's missing. So the intellect and the knowledge, the seeds, the potential for growth to build income, money, and then, interesting, Page of, actually, am I doing this wrong? Oh no, Page of Cups, I'm sorry. So this is the emotional aspect. What makes your heart happy? Again, having faith and spirituality in your life, as well as some sort of creativity, emotion, something that provokes a happy emotion, or again, I mean, ideally a happy emotion, right, in your career, something you love. And then seeds, pentacles, income, building it, right? So what's missing is the wands, the action forward. That makes a lot of sense. So yeah, you have all these children, if you will. Maybe you have 3 children, but it's really representing you because it starts with us. You have all these like ideas on something that can be built upon. You have all these freshmen in college inside of you, but what's missing is the action forward. Pisces, that's so important here. You have to take action on it. You can dream about it. You can think about it. You can do the math of how much you want to make, but until you go out and actually take action to make it a reality, again, you're kind of keeping yourself in the comfort zone, in the safety zone. It does require a risk, and it does require confidence, and it does require endurance, and that is sort of posing as like a challenge for some of you. But you have something very luscious and delicious inside of you. It's getting it up and out. And in the meantime, it's almost like there is, some of you may have, I don't want to say like substance abuse issues, but you're dimming your light. And it may have to do with just not believing in yourself, not having faith, not having confidence, but it's something like you are taming the beast inside you, and the beast being that creative project that's dying to come up and out to the surface. It's like you're taming the beast through vices. So you may be overeating, you may be a chain smoker, you may be, I don't know, drinking too much or smoking a lot of weed, whatever. There's no judgment here, but you're dimming your light. You're vibing lower. So this devil has a great duality to it. There's this sweet thing that you have to offer people. Some of you may literally want to be involved in cooking or culinary arts or baking or opening your own like goodie shop. That's awesome. Again, Capricorns are very hard workers, so it's almost like channeling that Capricorn energy to go out and do it. But because it's presenting as the devil, what is stopping you? What are your vices, right? There's a whole bunch of them there. What is holding you back? For some of you, it's your boss that is a Capricorn, or your mother who is a Capricorn. There's a lot of Capricorn energy in this spread. And then I also want to look at your 7s too. Let's see what's missing from that. So here we have the wands. So again, the passion, the endurance of able to pull through, sometimes spiritual endurance. Also, for those going back to school, the endurance of having to make it through several courses, knowledge, philosophy, something about that might be coming through here. Then again, cups, the heart space, an emotional risk, and understanding what it is that you truly want. There's a fear here of making the wrong choice and regretting it. And that's what this was too. That was one of the first cards that presented here. And then this one again, money. How will money be? Can I build it? Will it grow? Will I have followers? If you build it, he will come. That's what they always say, right? If you build it, they will come. Something about a baseball field. So that what you're missing here is the clarity of thought. That actually makes a lot of sense. The Seven of Swords is what is missing, and that is frequently shown in the traditional Rider-Waite deck. In bright, broad sunlight, there's a man stealing swords from a tent. Again, swords being thoughts. He has 5 in his arms, but he's leaving 2 behind, and there's this indecision of, should I go back for them? Should I continue on? Are they going to see me stealing them? Am I going to get caught? Should I just keep going? Should I book it? There's a lot of, and that makes sense. So you have the 8 of Swords. The mental prison, it's because you don't know how to move forward with this in a logical way. It defies logic, doesn't it? It doesn't make sense mentally, but you feel it in your heart. And Pisces, again, that is your due north. That is going to be your roadmap. That is going to be your GPS. Your guidance system is your emotions and your spirituality. And let's be honest, your intuition, right? That is your direct connection to God, to source, to universe. Listening to your intuition, let that guide you. Things will fall into place as they're supposed to. None of these cards are saying to me, take drastic action, quit your job, jump off the cliff. None of those cards are indicating that. So yeah, if there is a desire, if there is a responsibility to the kids, to the husband, to the this, if you are the main breadwinner, again, baby steps. Freshman in college, enroll in a class, start somewhere. There's a lot of options and they're overwhelming you, but that is not a helpful emotion to you. You need to start making executive decisions with authority, right? I'm interested to see if you have any Queen of Swords come up, but these are false beliefs that keep us contained. It's the self-imposed prison, and the swords are facing down, meaning that they are not channeling high vibrational messages, communication from source, from spirit. So as hard as spirit may be trying to fill our cup to give us insight and knowledge, if your swords are down, you're not vibing high. You're telling yourself false beliefs, and very frequently this is a card of fear. I'm safe here, it's familiar, but goddamn, I'm uncomfortable, right? Like it looks nasty, right? It's self-imprisonment. There's a desire to break free from it, and while it is both liberating and empowering, it's also terrifying to know that you control this. These are your thoughts. Here, your thoughts are winning. You're letting your thoughts have power over you. By taking off the blindfold and recognizing where you are at currently, mentally, emotionally, you should empower yourself to step into power over your thoughts. You control your thoughts. You're in the driver's seat. It's not your thoughts controlling you. I hope that makes sense. And I don't mean to gloss over that, because this is very frequently a card of having deep-seated anxiety, deep-seated fear, sometimes cards of depression. And so with that, there's no shade, there's no stigma, there's no judgment here. If you are in a place where mentally you are your own obstacle, you are your own worst enemy, this is always like a nice little shout out to be like, seek some counseling, seek some therapy, have somebody else come in and work with you to get yourself out of this corner you sort of painted yourself in. Because these thoughts and fears probably stem from something someone said to you. You know, I'm not saying like, you created this all in your head. It's all an illusion. I'm not saying that. But again, you're letting other people's words, other people's communications keep you stuck. It's up to you which thoughts, which conversations, which comments, which insights or conversations you choose to hold stock in or take power in or let hold you back or empower you forward, right? Where's your Knight? You have Knight of Pentacles. Something about this is like getting back on track. I think that's like a huge message. I think somewhere along the way you kind of lost yourself. But what's so optimistic though is that you're still dreaming about that life you want. You're absolutely still dreaming about it. But it seems like you've been kind of stuck in the comfort zone for a while, and so you need to break free from that. Something about deciding which thoughts are helpful to you and which ones aren't. And if they aren't helpful, it's time to put them to rest. It's time to put them to bed. It's time to restore the balance in your life so you can get back to what it is that you truly want and go after your wish fulfillment, your 9 of Cups, right? Here's the 8 of Cups. It's assessing what is around you and again, what isn't helpful. Emotionally, what are you still taking stock in? Is there anything left in this job, in this role, in this position with this company that's filling your cup, that's making your heart happy, that's filling your bank account? If not, it's like, okay, on to bigger and better things. And what are those bigger and better things? All these cards. Like, your deck is stacked, but the decision rests with you. Part of me thinks too, if this isn't depression and anxiety and fear, it's an avoidance. It's an avoidance to like face the truth, to see, again, how I was saying, you kept passing off responsibility of your own life and waiting for someone else to give you the directionals of go here, then this, and put your money here, and then apply to that job. Again, please don't think I'm speaking down to you. This is meant to help and inspire you and empower you. I'm not trying to put you down. But this is an avoidance of taking responsibility too, for a lot of my Pisces out there. There we go. I was going to say, so final advice or guidance, King of Swords, making those decisions with authority, with confidence, right? Unapologetically taking your life back. It's almost like that world that you were holding in your hand that I think you passed off to other people. Again, ownership of your life, ownership of your bank account. This is you being like, give it back. It's sort of like going to war. It's going to battle. I heard go to the mattresses. Isn't that from The Godfather? They reference it in You've Got Mail. Anyway, moving on. Neither here nor there. In Aquarius season, no less. This is an Aquarius card. It's time to take your life back. It's time to fight for what you find valuable, what you place importance on. The things you want to invest in the future, your dreams, your wishes, whatever you want to go after. Look, it's like you see them distant on the horizon. It's like it's a little foggy. You can't quite see it, but you know it's there. You know it's out there. So that says to me, despite this, you do have faith in something greater. You know that God's got you. You know universe is rooting for you. As I said when we started this, you know you have a circle of friends that are cheering you on, particularly Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You may have other water signs in your life. This person may be a good collaborator with you. Again, that sweet, delicious skill or talent that you're hiding away, right? That like higher vibrational devil, Capricorn, hard worker energy you have. It's something you can build upon. This may be the person to call it out of you. And because frequently, oh goodness, what is the term? Anyway, King and Queen of Cups, water signs are very much in tune with spirituality. Sometimes they are the spiritual leaders. So again, in metaphor, not literally, this person who's calling out this fun thing, this talent, they're trying to call it out of you. And again, put it into creation, give birth to it, put it out in the real world, mommy empress vibes, right? They might actually be a really good collaborator, at minimum a cheerleader for you. But something about water signs working together, especially if you are going into some career that is very service oriented, helping other people. Because here's the thing, we already know that you've been the subservient, however you say that, in some position. You've been bowing down to like the corporate executives for some time. So we know you have it in you to be very like, again, a very hard worker, nose to the grindstone. You can do it, but what if you chose to become your own emperor? What if you were no longer serving others? Others were serving you, but also something about leading a life of service. Again, something about this has to do with cleaning rich people's houses. That keeps coming back. I don't know what that's about. Guys, okay, cool. I like this. This is a good note to end on. There's your fourth page. Finding out what's going to make your heart happy makes all the difference. And then it's like you have all the tools you need to create this vision. We already kind of know that you do. All the aces are on the magician's table. But it's, again, the seed has been progressing. The seed has been growing almost in the background. But you haven't, it's like you've been too distracted or busy to notice it. You've been avoiding facing the truth that it is time to move on. This isn't your story anymore. It's time for a new beginning. All the pages are here. Send the damn freshman to college. He's ready to get a degree. He's ready to pursue greater knowledge. And that's what the King of Swords is too. Empowering yourself with knowledge and practice. Practice makes perfect. It will build your confidence. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. Actually, last thing, double Queen of Cups vibes. So you might be surrounded by Cancers that are going to play a key role in this new beginning. Please do like, share, subscribe. That's what I got for you. Let me know in the comments below how it resonates, and I will see you very soon for more readings. Bye, Pisces.